of people out there, tens of thousands of people.
I am being sincere. I'm being sincere.
Happy Friday, Houston. Steph Simmons here with Ron Trevino.
All right, Cheetah, Kraft, and Jennifer Reyna, they're also along for the ride. Cheetah, let's start with you and that Arctic blast.
Oh, guys, it
Maybe
is
a
looking
sleigh ride.
It's looking pretty fun into this, but at least have a couple more mild days.
I think all the kiddos, whenever they hear that, Mom, Dad. So I'm sure it's exciting for many. And then for drivers, I know they're like, oh, okay, if you don't have to drive Monday through Wednesday, we'll be reminding you to stay put, most likely. 290 outbound, we do have a crash at 610. Not a lot of backup, but as you're traveling out toward Roslyn or Fairbanks on the 290 corridor outbound, you have a few of the emergency crew flashing lights. They may have wrapped it up. It's right behind this signage, and I'm not seeing as many flashing lights. Nonetheless, let's get over to the East Freeway. We have overnight roadwork still affecting outbound lanes. This is in Jacinto City. Yeah, you have the brake lights there in full effect. Nighttime roadwork should be wrapped up by 5 a.m. So TikTok, I expect them to pick this up sometime soon. We're looking at Gellhorn again in the outbound direction. Inbound from Baytown, nice and smooth at 17 minutes. Ron, Steph, back to you.
All right, thank you.
Gallery area from downtown because of the marathon. So I know this has happened for many years, but those who are new to the city, starts here at Congress and Fannin and then ends at Lamar and Crawford. But you can just tell how many city streets are impacted, taking you out Memorial Drive all the way to Chimney Rock through the neighborhood of Tanglewood, Post Oak, landing over to the university right near Rice and scooting back onto Kirby. Parts of Inwood to Waugh Drive will be shut down. So if you want to see the full list of the streets, you can head to khou.com. We'd be happy to show you that full list. Roadwork continues right now. I-10 East Freeway outbound at Gellhorn. It's a sea of brake lights. This was supposed to wrap up at 5 a.m. so crews are late on picking it up. 225 is the smooth option, or exiting early and taking Market. Over to you.
All right.
That the traction on your tires is suitable for next week's weather in case you do have to be out, because I know some of you just have to head to work. So we'll be here prepping for you. We have a new incident on the 225 corridor. We've got road work that's happening overnight on I-10, so all the trouble seems to be on the east side. Outbound on the East Freeway right at 610. Crews are in the process of picking things up, so they're temporarily halting traffic. It's why you see things at a dead stop. So waiting for them to clear up some of the barrels and get that up and out of the way. That's overnight road work. It was supposed to be wrapped up at 5 a.m. I have sent an email out to TxDOT updating them so that that word can get out to crews so that they start to be picking those up more on time. 225, this is at East or at Tidal, and I'll show you what it looks like from the center camera as well. You can see emergency crews off in the distance. This is a wreck reportedly involving an 18-wheeler. I'll keep you posted as we gather more information here in the newsroom. Over to you.
All right, thank you so much.
Here as well for weather and traffic. Cheetah, very important information on this timeline with the freeze.
Yes, and I mean up in about 10 minutes.
All right, Cheetah, thank you. His road work has been picked up over on the east side, right at I-10 and 610. So no longer do you have that long line of traffic. Things are looking better if you're headed out toward Cloverleaf or Channelview. But on 225, we do have an inbound incident. It's going to be before you reach the Beltway involving an 18-wheeler. We're looking from that Underwood camera. Multiple right lanes are blocked, but traffic on the thin side. You're only seeing the backup right here in the immediate area with a left lane that gets through. You have a feeder road that's open, so at least a couple of options. I don't anticipate heavy delays just yet. I'll let you know what I'm viewing closer to the 6 o'clock hour as I continue to gather more information on how bad that crash is. An 18-wheeler here stalled out on the right shoulder. This is Katie at Greenhouse. Not a big deal, but I'm keeping an eye on the west side as well. Over to you. Houstonians, so plan on alternate routes if you take any bridges for your next week's drive. Think about that today and over the weekend. Well, we do still have a heavy truck crash on 225. It's our only problem. It's going to be westbound or inbound right around Underwood at Center Street. Not a lot of backup, but we only have one left lane getting through. So as you can see, it's going to be a tight squeeze. You also have the feeder road that's available. I understand that a vehicle could have run into the back of a big rig. So it's not just your average little fender bender. Police are on scene, crews are on scene. I'll bring you the latest in about 10 minutes. Take care.
Looks like a mess there. All right.
It has to prep for it. It's just bottom line. Well, lots of green on our traffic map, and luckily this morning, no ice, no issues. Only the 225 corridor is seeing some delays even. So inbound at Center, we do have a heavy truck crash, and anybody coming in from Shore Acres or the LaPorte area, this is impacting you as you make your way toward Deer Park or toward Pasadena. One left lane gets through, and that's going to be it. Why? Because we have the rest of the freeway shut down with an incident involving a heavy truck. So those are not as quick quickly to clear. I wouldn't doubt if this lingers far into the 6 o'clock hour. I'll let you know. Feeder Road looks pretty good overall. And I did want to show you what it looks like on the West Park. We were tracking a stalled vehicle. Oh, I see. They've made it off of the highway safely. Looks like they had an issue running and they were hugging the right lane and the right shoulder at Cook. Road work this weekend to watch out for. South Loop westbound. I'll meet at a Kirby. Multiple lanes blocked. Over to you.
Jen, happy Friday, Houston. A lot of news to get to today, including that cold weather. We'll talk about it in just a second. For now, Steph Simmons here, Ron Trevino, Jennifer Reyna, and Cheetah Craft.
Yeah, let's get to that cold forecast.
Cold, I know. You know, it's chilly. Temperatures in the 20s.
All right, thank you. Continue to monitor the forecast. A new problem on the North Freeway. I'm first going to touch base on 225 because we are getting new information running inbound at Center with this heavy truck crash. I understand a vehicle is tucked underneath a heavy truck, possibly an 18-wheeler with people trapped. So we do have an active scene. It's not going to go away anytime soon. Only one left lane gets through, and you also have availability here on the feeder road. Anybody coming in from Shore Acres or LaPorte, that traffic issue is for you. On the north side, this is the North Freeway outbound problem at West Road. I know it looks like a couple of 18-wheelers are stuck here. Originally, though, it was just a right center lane blocked. I'll be gathering more information on this. If you are headed to the big airport, we don't have a ton of backup, but you might want to consider taking 59 or the Hardy. Again, this is 45 in the northbound or outbound direction. You can see that the inbound HOV lane is not impacted, and the main lanes are still looking pretty good in from Greens Point. I'm happy to say that. Don't forget at Bush Airport Terminal B, the lobby next Tuesday will be closing. Parking A and B will remain open, and there will be shuttle service for Terminal C to get you back to A and B. Over to you.
All right, Jen, thank you. Brett and Jen, you are busy out there on the roads.
Yeah, Air 11 over the east side, and that's because it's a big deal. We are talking 225 inbound at Center, and you can see this 18-wheeler and a vehicle pinned underneath the back end there. A lot of the lanes are blocked. Only one far left gets through. As you can see, lots of emergency crews have been attending to this one because I heard there was an entrapment, so hopefully they got those people up and out of there. The feeder road is flowing well. That's good news for drivers trying to make their way into town and skip the main lane delays that you can see have developed behind this very active scene. So this is our ground shot. I did want to move on to another problem. It's on the north side. This is outbound, looking from our West Road camera. These two 18-wheelers have not moved. I'm not sure if they're involved, witnesses, whether they're just stalled, but there is a crash at this site. You can see a left lane gets through, a right lane gets through. If you are headed up toward Greens Point or toward the big airport from downtown, try not to take 45. It's going to be a little bit busier than you would anticipate. The Hardy Toll Road is 59 is moving with ease. HOV lane inbound is not impacted. Inbound main lane's looking great. Cheetah about 32 minutes in for Woodlands folks with dry road conditions, but we're prepping people today for very lots of changes in the weather department. Oh, it's looking pretty terrible here on the east side. This is over Center Street off of 225. You see the back end of this 18-wheeler? That is a vehicle that is pinned underneath. Basically, you can see that somebody had to have been trapped, and that was the deal. A left lane is the only thing that gets through, and the feeder road is open. We'll keep you posted on this severe crash and updates that we get into the newsroom. Stay tuned. Leading into next week. Well, we already have this morning several crashes involving heavy trucks. I mean, you see how many icons I have on the map for you, sending from the west over to the northwest, north side. We'll start with the east and an update on 225. This terrible crash, westbound or inbound at Center Street. If you are waking up in Shore Acres or the LaPorte area and you work in Pasadena, you need to give yourself more time. Air 11 is over the scene. Let's start with a bird's eye view. Here's the heavy duty wrecker that's backed up to the back of this 18-wheeler. Take notice, this right here, I know the pole is a little bit in the way. That is a vehicle that is pinned underneath that heavy truck. So we had an entrapment, a lot of emergency crews taking up a majority of the freeway with only one left lane getting through as our Air 11 shot pans back to about 1.5 miles of backup. You do have the feeder road that's available. You can take that on ramp. That is going to be blocked off for traffic that is trying to make their way closer to Deer Park. Looking at those delays, it is pretty severe on the east side. North side, this is 45 outbound at West Road. This is taking traffic up to IAH. A couple of center lanes are blocked. You can see the two 18-wheelers that sit in the center lanes, and that's backing things up on the North Freeway. 290 outbound at 610. I know it's not the best view. Here's the ramp that takes you inbound, but these are the lanes that take you from 610 and the I-10 corridor out to Cypress. And there's an incident back there. You can see some of those flashing lights. Emergency crews are on scene as well. So trouble across town. We'll see you. Back all morning, we are preparing you for the cold weather, and right now there are some things you can do to prepare your vehicle. Yeah, ease up on that accelerator, and we have covered everything for you that you need to know ahead of the freezing weather. Just text the word freeze to 713-526-1111, and we will send you some helpful links. Back to you at the desk.
All right, Jennifer. Hey, let's get right out to Jen and a busy day on the road.
Like, hey, chill out. We have 4 crashes, all involving heavy trucks. And we don't even have ice on the roads yet, folks. All right, we'll head to 225. This is the worst one, inbound at Center Street. I say worst because of the impacts that it had on the situation. Air 11 is still over the scene. On the back end of this 18-wheeler, this is a vehicle that's pinned underneath. There was a rescue that happened. People were pinned. They had to take those people and rush them to the hospital. Heavy-duty wrecker is still on scene. So this is going to be here for a while. Left lane is the only thing that gets through. That's going to be affecting inbound LaPorte drivers. From our ground view, you can still see that the way around it is going to be the feeder road. It's the smoothest option for you. Otherwise, about 1.5 miles of traffic backup. Northsiders, 2 18-wheelers. It's blocking the outbound lanes at West Road, where only 1 right and 1 left get through. We have 290 outbound at 610. This is involving a heavy truck. I know, hard to see, but as you make your way out towards Cypress, you'll need a few extra minutes. And this is the least impactful Katy Freeway at Greenhouse with the stalled 18-wheeler far on the right shoulder. Cheetah, we have a lot to prep for as far as our severe weather. Side is severe with a heavy-duty wrecker in place, ready to get this 18-wheeler up and out of there. But there is a vehicle pinned underneath the 18-wheeler. We have a flatbed tow truck in addition to the heavy-duty. Only 1 left lane gets through on 225 inbound at Center. That's right around Underwood. So you can't enter the freeway either. You'll have to go down to the next entrance to enter 225. 45, the North Freeway, a long line of traffic. This is outbound at West Road. This is probably the most severe as far as traffic backup. Avoid taking 45. It's going to be super cluttered. Let me show you what I'm talking about. A sea of brake lights in the northbound direction that you don't want to be caught in. I'm probably saving you like 20 minutes of your time right now, but telling you to take the Hardy or 59, the East X, because it is not pretty on 45. That inbound HOV lane is not impacted, luckily. We do have another heavy truck incident on 290 outbound at 610. A little hard to see from this vantage point, but some minor delays up near the northwest. This weekend, as we look ahead, the South Loop westbound from Alameda to Kirby, multiple right lanes will be shut down tonight at 9 until Monday at 5. Cheetah, let's talk about the weather.
225, Jen.
I mean, they are the vehicles up onto the flatbed truck, trying to get that cleared for drivers who are leaving LaPorte, trying to make their way into Pasadena. 225 inbound at Center is the spot that you don't want to be close to right now. Air 11 has been over the scene, hovering to show us the very latest, and I know that flatbed was carrying one of the vehicles, and we still had a heavy-duty wrecker out there trying to attend to the 18-wheeler. In addition, we have this North Freeway issue outbound at West Road. A couple of 18-wheelers are blocking the center lanes. If you are making your way from downtown out toward Greenspoint, toward the Woodlands, maybe you're making your way toward Bush Airport, highly advising that you take the Hardy or 59. We have about 3 miles of backup. It looks this intense at Gulf Bank, but it stretches all the way back to the Shepherd Curve. HOV inbound lane is not impacted. I'm happy to report that. And then inbound, you just have your general Friday slow traffic conditions on 45. So luckily, it is just isolated to the outbound lanes. Then you have downtown delays because of partly White Oak Bayou roadwork that continues. That Taylor outbound exit is shut down. 3 lanes are closed from 45 out towards Studemont. So this would be the Heights. This would be Cottage Grove, Rice Military. You're free and clear closer to Shepherd out to TC Jester, but notice the delays along the West Loop north and southbound approaching the Galleria as well. Cheetah, we've been looking at some dry road